Hi everyone! I recently made apple cider and I'm going to show you how you can make it too. So let's start with, you guessed it, apples. 12 of them, including Gala, Granny Smith, and Red Delicious. This combo creates a good mix of sweet and tart. Also, apples cohort, the orange, 2 of them. Make sure you thoroughly wash all of the fruit. Spices, including 1 tablespoon of cloves, a teaspoon of allspice, 1 medium-sized nutmeg or 2 smaller ones, and 4 sticks of cinnamon. 16 cups of water, and as an option, you could add some brown sugar if you want. The tools you'll need to prepare the cider on the stove are a pot, obviously, a wooden spoon, and a potato masher. Once the cooking is done, you'll need a heat-safe bowl or 2, a ladle, a strainer, cheesecloth, a pitcher, or whatever you're going to serve the cider out of. Okay, here's how you can make your own apple cider. Cut each apple into quarters like this and set them aside. Don't worry about removing the skin, seeds, or stems. Cut the oranges the same way you cut the apples, and likewise, keep the skin and seeds intact. After the cutting is done, put the fruit in your pot. Now, I quickly realized that my pot was a bit too small for the fruit and the water and everything else, so I had to remove half the contents. Lesson learned, I need to buy a bigger pot. Add the water, 8 cups in my case, and then add the half of the spices. Set the pot on high heat to bring everything to a boil. Once it reaches that point, reduce it down to medium-low so it could simmer, and then cover the pot. Leave it on the stove for 2 hours, but check in on it occasionally. This is what it looks like after about an hour. You can reduce the heat to low at this point. Give it a quick stir and cover the pot again. After the 2 hours are up, get your potato masher and start to smash things up. Here are little tidbits for you. As much as you can, try to avoid mashing the oranges. I personally find that mashing the oranges makes the cider taste a little too tart and citrusy. Also, try to fish around for the nutmeg. Take it out to your cutting board and chop it up. I did this off screen. I really love the taste of nutmeg, so dividing it up in several pieces will help infuse the flavor into the cider that much more. Alright, when the mashing is done, the concoction will look like this. Some really unappetizing soup. Put the cover back on and cook for another 45 minutes on the lowest setting. After that's all done, it's time to strain the cider. With a ladle, pass the cider through your sieve. Press down on the mush. Eventually, your sieve is going to get clogged up, so you'll have to rinse it out. And just keep going until it's done. Now that the first level of straining is over, it's on to the second and final round. Place a piece of folded up cheesecloth over your sieve and ladle the cider through. The cheesecloth will capture the last bits of fiber in your cider. And like a sieve, the cheesecloth will get clogged up too, so gently rinse it out with some water. And now you're ready to drink it up. I didn't find the need to add much sugar to mine. I literally probably added a few grains to it. If you want to make your cider even more festive, add a nip of rum to it, but only if you're of age. That's all, guys. Have fun making your own apple cider. See you later on I See Melanie.